Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2015 preseason special of the Commissioner's Corner. We're back. We didn't know if he'd be back this year, but he's back. I'm James Seagraves.
Rick Perez,
the quiet one, as they call him. So we're going to go over a quick little demonstration as to what this league is, some rule changes, all kinds of cool stuff. Stuff for new owners, stuff for returning owners. It's going to be exciting. Are you ready? Let's get it going.
2 minute teardrop for one heart to be crying.
The song's 96 Tears. This year, that's appropriate because there's 96 teams. We'll talk about that in a minute. But there'll be 95 tiers when the year's over. You know why that is?
because they're all going to lose to me.
Okay, maybe. That might be the reason. Probably not. So real quick, I'm James Seagraves. This is Richard Perez. He doesn't talk much. We're like Jay and Silent Bob here. But anyway, so real quick, I've been a commissioner of this league. We've been in fantasy football since 1993. 26th year in a regular league. This is the 4th year of MUSL, however.
You've got 3 years on me. I've been in it since 96.
Yes, you've been in it since 96. Yep. So together we have midlife crisis worth of fantasy football. Yes, it's true. But this is unlike any league that you've ever been a part of, my friends. And I'm going to annotate this, so if you're a returning owner, you can skip to the next chapter. But for the new people, here's how it works. Why don't you tell them how it works?
Please just push the skip button now if you've seen this. Pretty much what we're getting into here is we've got 96 teams, as James said. What you're going to do every day is you're going to go and set your lineup.
Every week.
Every week, not every day.
That's why I talk more. But
this is the first one of the season. Give us some time.
Give some airplay.
And once you start a player, you can't use them the rest of the season. To find out our scoring, you can go into the website. What do we use? MyFantasyLeague.com?
Jesus, let me do the talking, please. He's rusty. He's rusty. So basically the concept is this. There is no draft. There are no rosters.
No rosters.
Instead, you can start whoever you want, whenever you want. But the catch is, of course...
What catch?
Okay. You can only start him once per year. That's right. Only once per year. Once you use Aaron Rodgers, he jacks off into a pool of kids' tears. He's done. Period. He's done.
That's gross.
He's spent. So... Not an Aaron Rodgers fan. Anyway, so once he's done, he's done. So every week you square off against one other team who's doing the exact same thing you are, and thus you have to play the matchups, etc. I liken this league a lot to the NCAA tournament bracket. Do you know why that is?
Why is that?
You have a guess?
Why is it like the NCAA tournament bracket? Because you pretty much play in your conference. If you win your conference, you go to the big dance.
Not even close. But hey, good try.
Hey.
Point is that people stress out, like, I don't want to spend my whole life doing matchups. Sure, if you're good at fantasy football, the reason why this is like the NCAA tournament bracket, someone who knows it's college basketball typically does better in a college basketball bracket, but usually never wins. A lot of luck is involved there. So there's a lot of luck in this league too. So don't stress over, oh my God, I got to use Aaron Rodgers in week 12. Week 12, as you'll find out, doesn't even exist this year. Whatever. So that's how that works. That's the basic synopsis of the league.
The nuts and bolts.
Real quick, to go over how we score things, there's a link right here, as you'll see it. The magic of computer-generated imagery. CGI, there can be a dragon flying through. No, go to this website. They're also on the Facebook group. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, please go. Send me a message. My name is James Seagraves yet again. Send me a message. I can send you a link to the Facebook group, but it'll also be on the website as well. So that's the scoring in a nutshell. Okay. So rule changes from last year. If you're a returning owner, these are important to know.
The first one is decimal-based changes. What we're doing now is that before, for every 10 yards, you would receive 1 fantasy point.
Every
But now,
20 yards.
every 20 yards was it, or was it 10?
Every 20 yards of rushing and receiving combined was 1 fantasy point.
Was it really, dude? I don't even know the scoring. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now there'll be decimal points. So say you only get 2 yards, that will award you 0.1 points.
Excellent job on the math. That is for rushing and receiving combined, not separated rushing and receiving, both combined. So
this will just help break up a lot of the ties, so there'll be clear-cut winners.
Yes, it's what's called DraftKings scoring. If you ever pay attention to that, you get a point for literally everything that happens. So if you get 1 yard, it's worth 1/20th of a point, actually. For quarterbacks, a little bit different. It's broken down based on 50 yards as opposed to 20 yards. Everything else stays virtually the same, but and you do get points for, or half a point for per reception still, which is the hot button topic last year. This year, I think it works out. It makes sense.
Scoring's the same for everybody, so you can't really complain about it. Everybody's going with the same scoring, the same rules.
Technically, not a change in terms of scoring. You still get 1 point for every 20 yards, 1 point for every 50 yards passing, but they're just broken down to a much smaller scale. Like he said, it will eliminate ties, hopefully. Okay, so I think no more appropriate person than you to bring this up. What's the other big change?
No more calling myself or James or leaving us messages for lineups. You are solely responsible for your lineup. Now, I'm not saying I won't put a lineup in, but I'm not responsible for it. So if you trust me, if you want to send me a lineup, I might get to it, I might not, but you're the one responsible.
But they have to be done prior to any game on Sunday. Mm-hmm. So if you text us or if you Facebook us, first of all, those won't be allowed anymore. Just phone calls. Easy. I mean, anyone who was in the league last year probably knows where this is coming from. But if you look, we eliminate this 100% by just straight up not allowing it. So if you call us, that's one thing. We can make note of it. If you text us, or especially even texting wasn't a big deal, Facebook messaging, absolutely not allowed. And again, if we don't get it on time, if you leave us a voicemail, we don't get it, it's not our responsibility. Bottom line is we eliminate this by you taking advantage of your own, or taking accountability for your own lineup.
And it's important to set your lineup because we do a lottery at the end of the year, and if you don't set a lineup,
yes,
you're not probably going to get in.
That is true. So noticeable, not a rule change, and this will really hit some people's buttons, is that we are sticking with the randomizer for those who are new to the league. If someone just straight up does not submit a lineup, this is an effort to avoid collusion and rigging. They will get a randomized lineups generated for them. Yep. However, much like last year, go ahead.
And it probably won't be players you wanted to start. It's just going to be anybody, you know.
Yeah. Just like last year, the start is players 10 through 32 of the position, so there's no chance of like a number one player getting thrown up against you based on the scoring so far this year. So if you go up against nobody, someone will be plugged in for them just to make sure that someone doesn't start one player and no one else. It'd be a real cock knocker to do that, but still we have to take the risk of cock knockers because there's several of them in this league. This guy especially. So. Other thing, big news here, apparently we can't have 100 teams. We've gone from 40 in 2012, 60 in 2013, 80 teams in 2014. The plan was to go to 100 teams in 2015, but we can't. The league maxes out at 96 teams, hence the question mark in the Mysterians at the beginning of this podcast, because that song is called 96 Tiers. We do have 96 teams. We are going to have 96 teams, I should say. So at $20 an entry fee, that's almost $2,000 with the prize money. How it's going to be broken down is this. Currently, there are 3 unofficial spots, by the way. So if you know someone, get them in here. Some people haven't confirmed they're coming back, but we've already eliminated the ones we know aren't coming back. There are going to be 8 12-team conferences, okay? Unlike years past when the first 3 weeks were not as important as you want to say, but ultimately it was important, right?
They're important now.
We're out of conference play this year from game one, every game you play is in conference, and that's all you play. You play it's 11-week regular season. Super similar to college football now. Day 1, game 1, game 11, all equally important, all in conference play. What happens at the end of week 11 is the 8 conference winners will get a bye, so they will not play in week 12, they will play in week 13. So it's very important to win your conference there. And then week 12 will be the remaining, I believe, 16 people will play, and I have a complete breakdown of this if you want to know. Spots 9 through 18 are all based on record. Spots 19, 20, 21 are all based on points, so those 3 spots are points, and then there are 3 wild card lottery picks at the end of the year. And how that works is for every win you get, you get 1 ticket. Unfortunately this year, with the decimal-based scoring, the odds of a tie coming up are so astronomical. We're not doing the 2 for a win, 1 for a tie. If you get a tie, Too bad. That doesn't count for anything in the lottery.
No points.
So
Nothing.
yeah, no points doing it, and yeah, you get no points. It's true. So, but anyway, you get one ticket for every win you have, and at the end of the year during the playoff podcast, the bookend of this one, we do the lottery drawing live and in person. So, any thoughts on that? 96 teams. Are you excited?
Very much so.
Okay, speaking of lotteries, we like lotteries in this league. Not only do you have a playoff lottery, we also have a referral lottery, which a lot of you guys are already out there referring people. Cody Cole's referred I believe 7 people. Tom Farmer, hope you're enjoying your new job. He's referred 4 people, 5 technically, but 1 got to my dad apparently. So for every person you refer, your name gets put into a lottery. Of course, we like lotteries. And during the Week 1 podcast with Richard and I, Commissioner's Corner is what it's called, we will draw one person. That person gets their money refunded. So they get to play for free, which is kind of cool.
Yep.
It's $20, whatever. On that note, very important to stress that payment this year is going to be one of 2 ways. Preferably PayPal. If you directly PayPal us to this address, this might, depending on what software I use, it might show up as a thing I'm pointing at. It might just cover the whole screen. I don't know. This PayPal address is where you send the PayPal, $20, and it is very important that you mark it friends or family, because we're all friends here. Some of us are even family. Shit, huh? How about that? Because that way there's no fees taken out, and thus the prize pool will be proper. That's a tongue twister for you.
Yeah,
Say prize pool will be proper.
Prize pool will be proper.
Damn it. Wasn't such a tongue twister.
Yeah, just last year, dealing with all the $5 referrals was rough, so we'll just do a one-time.
I believe that was 2 years ago. There wasn't a referral bonus
Was it
last
last
year.
year?
2 years ago
2
was
years ago
a nightmare.
Pain in the ass.
So this year, one person gets in for free. So you can either PayPal it, or you can do what's called a PayPal designated drop. This is a term I just coined. Several people who have referred people are collecting money from them, and then they will be in charge of PayPaling the money. So that's it. Check out the rules and the link provided multiple times. It'll also be on the link of this Facebook post and the YouTube link. Anything else you got to chime in with? I hope that this overcast is not making us really shadowy, but we'll find out.
It'll be okay.
We have this backlight that's just literally a backlight. It's not turned on.
It's all right.
Anything else you want to add there, Ricky?
No, I'm looking forward to another exciting season with y'all. Best of luck to everybody.
Yeah, we'll see if the tradition of Perez is at least in the finals will continue. So
3 years running.
3 years running. So all right, have a good day. We'll see you soon.